Hey there, Jerry and John. Good to see y'all. How y'all today? We're getting ready to break this thing down. Actually, I've done this entire model in a video or a live stream or both, not both. Um, and so I'm gonna have it on documented from the beginning all the way down through to print. I think I was even gonna do maybe some shorts on it, print. But what I'm gonna do today is let's see what I got a beat here. Oh, that's a different chat. Hey there, Zoe. How you doing? Good to see you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this guy down here. And hey there, Steven. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm going to break this guy down, get it ready to print. I got to run it. Hey, Clintonville. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, man. Went over and checked out your video, and both of them. And I really like that crane car you got that's in two pieces. That's awesome. I mean, I've seen that before, but it's cool. And like I was saying, sometimes if you put model railroad in the title, the YouTube, hey Thomas, good to see you. Sometimes if you put model railroad in the title, YouTube will push it out a little further. And model trains in action seems to work pretty good as well. I like to get, if there's trains running in my video, I like to have the words model railroad. I like to have the word scale, like scale model. And I like to have the words model railroad, and I like to have model trains in there too somehow. And if there's trains running, well, happy birthday, Zoe. Is that recent? Was that today, yesterday, last week? Yeah, man. If you got model railroad in your, I see that now. Okay, Clintonville model railroad. I think that that's going to help you get attract more subs as well. You're getting a 1996 Electra Glide today. Tell me more about that, Thomas. What is that exactly? Because I'm not 100% familiar. But yeah, Clintonville, my channel used to be named DNRGW for the Denver and Rio Grande Western Iron Horse Route. And hey, Lee, good to see you. And when I switched it to Iron Horse Model Railroad, which I had to be kind of berated on Nick Mimmons' live stream to figure out that needed to happen. So I'm on Nick Mimmons' live stream. Okay, there's 200 people in the stream, and you can send in Google Forms, and they'll kind of look through it. I have no idea you were Brian. Absolutely no idea, Brian. I had no idea. So that's good you told me that. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, John. Something just stuck in the resin printer to the build plate. Thank goodness. I don't know how good it printed, and I'm even scared to look at it, but here's what I know. I know that something stuck to the build plate on that dang thing. Been using I get you, Clintonville. It makes a whole lot more sense now, Brian, because I couldn't figure out where Brian went, to be honest. And I mean, not that you're on YouTube constantly or that you're able to go to streams constantly because you have a life, but you know, you had been in the streams, Brian had been in the streams, and kind of at the same associated times. And so you kind of figure out sometimes what times of the day and week you might see certain people in your streams. And so Clintonville Model Railroad is Brian. Brian has uploaded a couple videos now. I noticed that he's got some subs now. And Brian, I bet you got 100 subs before you know it. I mean, it won't go real fast, but what happens is you kind of like pay attention for a little while, and then you kind of get blurry in the 60s or 70s, and then all of a sudden, you know it, you're at 90 something, and you start paying attention again. And you hit 100, and that makes you feel good when you got 100 people. And you know, those are fresh subs too. So if you keep a little content going, an old fish channel, but it's shut down. We have AJ and I have a fish channel, Brian. We haven't uploaded it for a while. You know, AJ had a little trouble staying interested in it because, thank you, John. AJ had a little trouble staying interested in it because they're in the aquarium. You know, you can only do so much videos of the Oscar feeding and stuff like that. And we don't feed the Oscar the live fish. We will feed them ghost shrimp. That's the only thing live. Hey, John K., good to see you. The ghost shrimp are the only thing that we'll do live. That's alive that we'll feed the Oscars because we're not trying to teach the Oscar to chase little fish and eat them. He'll do that on his own, but we don't want to encourage that. So we kind of put in fish that we hope, okay. We kind of put in there fish that we hope will not get eaten. And so, now, John, I think I'm right. Thank you, Zoe. That's great of you. He's got a couple cool little videos, and I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said in my comment, your first videos are better than my first videos. And what's really cool is you're going to have documentation now of your layout from that point to whatever it grows to. And so 30 tanks is a lot. And, oh, here's Gracie. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What you doing? You say hey to everybody? Yep, that printer's not running, so we don't have to worry about your tail right now. Sometimes that tail ruins a printer too, and that's okay, huh? It's just okay. Because I want to be able to come in the print room. I don't like to keep her out, so. All right, I got to get to work, Grayson. I got to do some work because we got to get AJ in a little while, huh? You gonna shake my hand? Why don't you lay down right there? Why don't you lay down right there with me? You ain't got to go lay down somewhere else. You need a bath. You got dirt in your mane. Lay down. Why don't you lay down? She doesn't listen very well. She does what she wants to do. She's a great Pyrenees. Hey, do you know you live on YouTube now? You care about that, huh? No. No. There you go. Lay down. That's a good girl. It's nice when she does what she's. They didn't last long. Okay. Yes. All right, I'm gonna get to work. Okay. Yes. You gonna help? Yeah, you're gonna help. All right, so we're breaking this thing down. Hey, yeah. Gracie's in a lot of the videos. I understand, Lee. You do a lot of work on your layout. I'm jealous. I got to get down there and do some stuff on mine. But first thing we're going to do is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. I'm going to leave this whole, but I'm going to copy it and move all this other stuff off to the left. And then I'm going to bring this copy and break it down. What I'm going to make sure of is that it's flat, and I will duplicate it, and then I'm going to bring the copy over here. All right, now we'll take all this stuff here and move it over here, and here, and here. So some of the things I'm going to be doing today is making sure that I have like the proper cutouts here for this beam. The proper, oh, see, look, I've got inserts here, but they're not perfectly matching. So I got to make sure that my roof is centered. And it's a little short. Let's see, is it longer? Yeah. So see, what I can do is click my roof and go ahead and center it based on those. And so I've already got some panel with me. What you mean? Like have people in the stream? I've often I can put a link in there sometimes. I never really thought about doing that, but when I use StreamYard, I can, like this, I can. I don't use StreamYard all the time. It just depends. And so when I use StreamYard, I can. And especially when I'm down there on Saturdays running the trains and stuff like that. One of the things I don't like to do is impose on people. And so sometimes if I'm going to have somebody come in, I like to kind of know it beforehand. And that they're, hey, Kyle, it's great to see you. And so I kind of like to know beforehand so I know what's going on with that. And yeah, no, I think I can have 4 for free. And so all right. And so anyway, I can't remember what I was saying. I looked at a text. And so anyway, I'm going to get this guy broken down so I can print it. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got all my stuff to it and all that stuff. So I'm going to come here and pick this up a little bit. And what I'm hoping to see is not only these, which I already know are there, the cutouts for these up here to match, but I hope I've even put out a cutout here to match that, which I haven't. And so I'm going to drop it back down. And I like to make a little place a seat for the roof. I'm going to come over here and change my snap grid to 1/4 of a millimeter. And that way I can get more precise. And I should probably, if I were smart, I need to go find my sheet. And so I know exactly what height this is supposed to be at. But let's see if we can get it matched up first. All right, we are in there, but I don't think it's sloped enough. Click the roof. We're going to go down another 1/4. Oop, that was more. All right, now let's go see. Oh, we were talking about having somebody in here. My bad. And so yeah, I do want to get some people in. I would like to kind of know who's coming beforehand, though, as opposed to just throwing a link up. I don't mind throwing a link up, as long as I know who's going to be jumping in there type deal. Because it could be, you could be kind of random and end up with something you're not sure of. No offense, but I mean, anybody could click that link if you do it. So I almost would want to have the link to know who was going to click it beforehand. But I definitely want to start having some people on Saturdays for sure when I'm doing the trains. That would really be cool to have other people in there. But I use a lot of cameras then as well. But I do have one open usually. Well, no, I don't. But I can make one open easily. And so, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that too. So, yeah. That's true too, Brian. I didn't really think about that there is choices. But I would feel bad if, like I say, I didn't know somebody and they jumped in there. I would kind of feel bad for saying, no, I'm not going to bring you up here. You know what I mean? So I would kind of like to disclose it. Now, what I can do is, let's see. Do I have my, what is the address for this? All right. So what you can do, this is probably the best way to do it. What you could do is connect with me on Google Chat. I have another one. I wonder if I should use it. Maybe so. Let's see. Stand by. Let me check something else. Okay. That. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. I don't think that'll happen around here. Iron Horse Hobbies SMK at gmail.com. All right. And so what this could do, this would connect you with me to a Google Chat is what I would want you to do. So I want you to, like, if you would want to, I'd want you to send me a Google Chat to that address. And okay, Zoe, well, we appreciate you dropping in. It was good to see you. Happy birthday again. And so what you can do at this, let me see, probably should do this. That would make sense. All right, so what you can do at that address is send me a chat. And if you send me a chat, you could let me know that you'd be interested in joining us sometime when it's convenient for you. And what I could do is I'd have an ability to share the link with you there as opposed to here. And so that would be better for me. And that way I would have a better idea who's coming and stuff like that. There's really probably nobody in this stream right now that I wouldn't want to have join me at some time if they wanted to do it. And what I'm trying to avoid doing is putting any pressure on one guy like SRV John to join me all the time and stuff like that, because I've been streaming a lot because I've got a lot of work to do and I don't want to edit the videos, so I'm streaming a lot. So I don't want to put that kind of responsibility, or not responsibility, but even that slight expectation on anybody to join me all the time. So it's always just when it would be convenient for you, and I don't mind being on here by myself, but it would kind of be cool to do that. So if you don't have my other Google Chat, you can send me a message on the new one and let me know you'd be interested, and I might do that. Well, it's just, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't expect anybody to want to do that. What it's like really helpful for is, let's say I got 3 cameras going on down in the train shed, right? And I'm running around and the train's derailing, or I'm cleaning the track, or, things aren't cooperating. Well, then I got one of you guys in there that can read the chat. If there's anything in chat that I should hear or that's going on or interesting or whatever, they're kind of like a narrator almost to the chat. And then they can also do their own thing, which keeps the chat going and things like that. Like John K yesterday was talking about, hit some of his issues and thought he was like kind of hijacking the stream or something. I mean, that's exactly what we're supposed to be chatting about on these things is, not religion and stuff like that, but things that we can do to make our model railroad better and how we can help each other and stuff like that is the point. So, anyway, I appreciate you, John, for bringing up those kind of things to initiate discussion about the proper topics and those kind of things. So, and yeah, nobody's expected to want to stream or do that or be on camera, because that ain't always fun for some people. it's like work for some people. Other people, it's nothing to them. And other people, it's like a job to be on camera. And when you're on camera a lot, it can be that way. All right, so let's take this thing, and what we're trying to do now is see if we've got this in here about where it needs to be, because what I want to do, we need to go one more quarter. Here we go. All right, what I want to do is make a slight indentation on this roof from this wall. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the wall, and then I'm going to make it transparent. So there's two of them in there now, the exact same wall. I made one of them transparent. And so I'll hold shift and I'm going to click the roof and group it. And what should happen now is when I flip it, I should have some indentions. We come up here, and as you see now, I've got indentions of the wall piece in the roof. So it's got a little seat, you know. And here, these look like they turned out all right. We didn't add anything new or skew these, so we had it in the right place. All right. To point one, some people turn the thing off, but I keep it at 0.25 if I can. And the reason why I do that is if I am doing, I think if I rotate, it still rotates by 1, because you've got to manually do 0.5 rotation. But if I do it at 0.25, it's easier for me to keep everything kind of consistent, or to remember where something should sit or where it was. When I get into the 0.1s, it's almost too much for me to try to keep up with where stuff was, and then I got to write too much down. And I mean, I guess there are ways to do it, but it is more exact what you're talking about. And I do it for certain things, especially like if I'm aligning a window frame or something like that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want to get this out of here for a minute. And I want to drop this down. All right. One piece. Now let's bring our model here. And what I want to make sure of as well is that I've done indentions here and in the base. So the first thing I want to do is just check this door, which I'm almost positive I did. So I'm going to double click this and just move it away. And so if we scroll in now, I didn't take the door handle. Back here. And so as you see, I've got a place in the wall to let me know where these two pieces go. And so I'm going to bring them over here. I'll spin it 90. I'll drop it. I'll spin it 90 again, and I'll drop it. All right. There's a door. A door. Yeah, that's the door itself. Uh-oh. Did I not get the door handle again? I sure didn't. Undo, 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 undo. It's just easier. Now I select the door handle. Now move the door here, spin it. Uh-oh. Why is it doing that? There we go. $90 drop. I'm going to go ahead and group that so the door handle's in there. Change it back to the right color. And move it here. Same thing. Drop. Spin. Uh-oh. I didn't do that right. Rotate. Spin. Drop. We'll do these separate. I probably will print them separate in different colors if I'm able to. I don't have green filament, I don't think, or not this right color green. So I'll probably do most of this in white. And I don't know if I have orange filament either. All right, so I'm going to move this frame back to make sure there's an indentation. There is. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to spin it. I'm going to drop it. This is going to be the same color, so I'll keep these somewhat close together because they will be they will be printed at the same time. Back to here. We've got a double door. Small cans of spray paint. I got an airbrush. But if I can print it in a color close, it's much easier to get to the right color most of the time. Yeah, I airbrush everything. I'm getting better at it too. I've done it enough. I mean, I just learned that I got to keep the dang thing clean, which should be self-explanatory, but I'm very stubborn. All right, and these go together. Got our indentions that we need, and see, I copied it. So I got my fully assembled one over here still. I can go look to if I need to. We got the ticket pickup window. It's got an extended little bar for money or what have you. And we got the indentions in there. And we bring it here. We spin it. And we drop it. All right. Over to this side. Uh-oh. Now this should be the exact same size as the one over there, but I'm probably just gonna, instead of I could probably go duplicate the other one over there and be fine, but I'm probably not gonna do that just to be safe. Move it over here. When you're using Tinkercad, whatever you point at and scroll at, it will zoom in on. I need to bring this one this way. Wait, where is that thing? Oh, it's over here. Where is it? Did I not? I thought it had a, oh no, this is a different window. That's what it is. Drop. All right, print those together. I have an old Pasha H airbrush I got from my uncle. It's 2-stage, and the button controls both spray and amount of spray, but I don't have anything to make the air. Oh, you need a compressor. They're about $45. But I have a Posh as well, and mine is and as long as I keep it clean, it works really well. If I get lazy with it, it does. Oh, let's do that. Now, we've had that up long enough. All right, my bad. I forget about that all the time. All right, so back to this one. Now we'll click here. Looks like that one is already grouped. And sometimes the sticky keys get hit on this thing, and man, it messes me up good. Ah, look at that. I got lazy and didn't make the cutout on that one. All right. Now, so what I want to do is here and here. Oh, I just want this one. I want to duplicate this one. And then I want to hold here and here, and I'm going to move this out. All right, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make it a hole. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 1/4 of a millimeter bigger over here. That's bigger than I wanted to do. I must have messed something up. Here, 7.25. And then over here, I'm going to make it another 1/4 of a millimeter too big. And then I'm going to come to the height, and I'm going to make it 1/4 of a millimeter too big. And then I'm going to push it in the wall a little bit more. We'll pull this out, hold shift, click, and boom. And so we're good there. I think. Yeah. All right. So I need to get these over here, and then we can move on. Yeah, now if you're wanting to learn how to do Tinkercad, I got some tutorials and a playlist that shows you how to do this from jump in the beginning. Here and there. All right, so we've got 2 doors, a double door. We got the ticket window, 2 door frames, and we got 2 door frames, a ticket window, window frames, and the big door frame in the back now. Now, what I don't know is if I have indentions cut out for the building. So I'm going to see in the base. Uh-oh, I didn't want to do that. All right, I'm going to have to ungroup. Although maybe I don't. Yeah, I'm going to do that step. That's kind of strange. We're still grouped. Uh-oh. I had these. I don't want this attached to the base, and I must have thought I was going to do that at one point. I got to come here and get these unattached. And I got a bunch of stuff I got to do. There we go. Is that right? Nope, still not. But what I'm going to have to do is come in and redo all this stuff once it's ungrouped. Because I messed up here. Man. All right, here's what we're going to do. Undo, 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 undo. Undo. All right, read it. Now let's see if we can ungroup it this way. Ungroup. Here. Ungroup. Here. Ungroup. Here. Ungroup. Still not working like I wanted it to. Okay. I just don't want to redo all this cutouts. What flashing are you talking about? I'm not sure what flashing you're talking about. Okay, so what we're going to do is duplicate this. All right, let me check that out. Right side of the building. I think it's clean. You talking about right here? That's supposed to be, if that's what you're talking about. So what I did is I duplicated this because I want to get my building and my base separate. How do I want to do this? See, I can do it right here and split them to get that building off of there, but that's really not how I want to do it either. I have a kind of a problem. I guess what I'm going to have to do is ungroup it. Around the window in the door, it looks like it'll keep printing up while it's done with the wall section. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. We'll do a test on this and see if it'll work. So what I need to do is, where am I at on this one? 1.75. I'm going to duplicate this and bring it up 1.75. Now I'm going to raise this here. I'm going to swing in here, select the model, and duplicate it. Now I'm going to come in. Let's see, I'm going to click out. I'm going to come in. I'm going to click one of them. Click out, click shift here and here. Now I'm going to click this one and this one, if I'm not mistaken. And what I should have done is separated them. And I did, but did I do it? I didn't do it right though. Got to drop it. What is it? I need to drop it down to 1.5 maybe, but I don't know if I want to do it that way anyway. So we'll undo, 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 undo. And this I'll undo. Click here and here and 1.5. All right. Now we duplicate, raise 215, raise this one up, scroll in, click the model, duplicate, hold shift, click this one, and here. Here, here, here. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have another one of these. All right. Uh-oh. All right, that ain't gonna work. I don't think. So we'll go back. I don't like the way that turned out, so I'm not going to do it that way. What happened is I grouped this at some point because I needed to center it, and I didn't ungroup it before I did a bunch of other work. And so now I'm just going to have to go in and redo it, but not redo it. It's all going to be there, but it's going to have to be, you're going to see all my grouping that I did on these windows and stuff come back out into their transparent form, and hopefully I'll be able to get it back like it belongs. But basically I got to keep doing this until the white dots disappear from this corner, which looks like everything that I grouped for the cutouts. So they will have to be redone. As I said, they're there. There we go. Thank goodness. All right. So what I want to do is duplicate this. Wait, I can't yet. I got to do this stuff first. I'm going to go here, 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 group. Here, 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 group. And this is all I got to do, but I didn't want to have to do all of it. I got to make sure I do these in the right direction, I think. Here, 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 group. Here, 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 group. Oh no, where'd you hear that? Group, here, group, here, group, here. Let me make sure I haven't messed this up too before I get any further. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Group here. Group here. That's right. Group here. Group here. Let's see. Group here. Okay, a small airport, but still group here. All right, now I will click here, duplicate, turn to transparent, hold shift, click here and here. Should have an indentation. And we do. And what I'll probably come in and do is shave these edges to straight so they'll sit sweep. Move this here and drop it. All right. So this guy's ready to print. Hey there, Mystic Railroad. Good to see you, dude. All right. Now, I think these have their proper cutouts already. Uh-oh. I had ungreeped the cutouts. All right. So here, let's try to do all these together. Here, 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 here. No, No. I just I had grouped when I shouldn't have. And I mean I needed to group. I had to group the center to align. But I didn't ungroup before I went in and did some other stuff. Or I wasn't considering everything I needed to consider. All right, so we should have these should be good to go now. Bring them over here. We'll flip them. Uh-oh. And drop them. And those will be done in white. You can see about our benches. Uh-oh. Maybe we want to group them together. Here, 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 here. I think they'll print like that. I'm hoping they will. And then here, uh-oh, got extras of stuff we need to undo. And so this, (22R) track curves, I cut off them ops. I found some. I cut one off. Oh, okay. All right, so this is grouped now. We don't need that. Now let's bring this down here. And probably what I'm going to do for all of these. Oh, is this one grouped already? Yeah. Is this one grouped already? Yeah. All right. So what I'll do is rather than doing, what I worry about is just duplicating those and setting them in there doesn't really give me a big enough seat. And I can't expand those things. I'd have to ungroup them and expand them all individually, which would kind of be a pain. So I think I'm going to do this. Got a 1/2 degree. I'm going to put it in there like this. I'm going to do this and this. And this and this and this. We'll give it a little seat this way. And let's check it out and see what we get. 18 is pretty tight. And maybe we could pull it up one time. All right. Now what we should be able to do is duplicate, move it over here, make sure we're right. Now we'll do this and duplicate it and move it this way. The plan calls for 18 or 22. And I got to click off of it because I duplicated it again. It's going to go shoot off the screen and duplicate. Okay. I mean, 18 is not too tight. I like to do 24 or 22 if I'm laying my own. I do a 24-inch turnaround thing. My turnarounds are 24 inches. All right, so now I got that one there. I want to hold shift and I'm going to click this one and this one. Hold shift and click this one and this one, and then I'll click this one and we'll group it. And now we should have a little seat for our benches. So they're easier to deal with. Because I'm the one putting this together. All right, let's get this over there with the rest of the white. Like so. All right, now I'm going to come in here and clean these up. Because they're jagged because the wall's bricks. And it's going to make it pretty difficult to get it to sit down in there because it can't be exact. I'd have to change all the little bitty cutouts to be just a tad bigger, which isn't reasonable to do. So I'm going to do this. To make sure we're big enough. John, that might be one where I go to 1 on because I don't want to get too close to that edge. There we go. All right. I'm going to duplicate it and move it over to this one. I ain't seen Dave this morning. I got it set to ones that takes forever to get over here, but that's okay. All right, let's scroll in there. I think there's doesn't Kato Unitrack make one that's even tighter than 18? We'll duplicate and spin. Just want to cover those brick lines. This just makes it easier for me to plop it right in there when I'm putting it together. Duplicate. It makes the model sit sweeter too. It sits more even and gives a more clean look. No, not quite. All right. Now 15. Seems like Kato Unitrack makes like a 12 or something crazy. I could be wrong, but I just remember them having something that's ridiculous. And I don't even see how. Well, John, what I would recommend you do is, hey, Klondike, how you doing? I mean, you could get a new set, but you could also just buy, well, you could start off with a set though, like you're thinking, I guess. Maybe I should hush and let you handle your business. But I didn't get these out as far as I wanted to, I don't think. Let's undo that. And we'll try this one. I mean, I think it's going to be good. It will. There's not an indentation. All right, yeah, we fine. I ain't going to be too picky. This is me. I'm putting it together, but other people will at some point. All right, so let's see. How are we going to do this color-wise? So this is what this is broken down, and then we got we need a gray, an orange, more orange. Although this doesn't, I guess, need to be orange because part of that, I might have to, let me think about that one. This is going to be white too. This is going to go with the white. This will be done in tan, gray. I guess that puts these at white too, getting painted. I don't know. I don't think the orange filament I have, I don't think I like the color for it. I think it's a different orange. And I'm worried that it's not going to be, it might be harder to get to the orange I want using that other orange is what I'm worried about. I'll do this here and this here. And then we'll align them. And move them up closer. Let's get this door here. These doors here. And this door here. And we'll align them. I would get Pico. I would buy a box of Pico Flex Track. I mean, it just depends because it sounds like you're having a power pack issue, John K. So you probably are going to maybe want to get a set that has a power pack with it, unless you just want to buy a separate power pack. Now, if you've got locos that work already and stuff, it might be beneficial for you to get one of those power packs that Brian was talking about yesterday, and get you a couple sets of Pico Flex Track. Get maybe 10 pieces of Pico Flex Track. You could run a bunch with that. But Pico's really good track, and Atlas is really not, I don't think. At least that's my experience. I had a lot of trouble with my Atlas track. Pico's pretty solid. It's kind of more rigid. It's you just, when you hold it and you feel it and you twist it and turn it, it feels entirely different. Thank you, Brian. Good job, man. Appreciate that. All right. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. I guess I will. Might as well put this with that other stuff over here. All right. And then we would have So I probably will do this with the gray. Uh-oh. And paint it green. Hunter green. So we'll have 3 different prints. Gray, tan, white. I need to move this with the other white, because what's going to happen is I'm going to be painting these doors and the top of this roof probably. We'll put that there. And so what I can do now is I'll be able to come in and tape this area off, or cut it off even from the raft, and leave all that white. And then I'll come in and I'll do some painting on this to make it orange. And then I'll print this in tan. So what we're going to do now is, without further ado, we're getting ready to start a print. And so I will bring this guy over here, and I'll do an export.stl. Now, with us sharing and the screen and being in a StreamYard meeting, I don't know if and when it will pull this up. And then I got to pull Kira up, which is a bear. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do this stuff or not, but we'll see. So hopefully what'll happen is that little green line will go away down there in the bottom left-hand corner behind my head. And oh, you like to play Star Trek? I play, AJ and I play, well, a team game, and then we also play FIFA. We got FIFA 25. I think Santa Claus bought that. No, I bought that, I think. But yeah, if we're not able to export, it's probably because of what we're doing. And then I got to pull up Kira too, which is a whole nother animal, like I said. So I hope we could. That'd be really cool if I could go ahead and start a print. So what I can do is, what I got brown in there. I got to get that out, I guess. Or maybe I got caught on my mouth. Oh, yay, it exported. That's cool. All right, so let's see. I need to get. Oh, yeah, it's not on. No, I don't want to use that. I don't want to use this. Maybe. The only problem with this filament is it's a little dark. Oh, okay. I don't understand what you were saying there, Brian, when I died. Oh, you're talking about gaming, but all right, so let's see if I can get Cura to open now. Let's see. And if I can, and I can switch to sharing that screen, I will. I just don't know if I can. You know, Dave being SFN school might be at church. Now that I think about it, it is church time. That's what I just looked at my messages. That's where AJ's at church. I'm getting her after. Oh, I think shortly after. And then I don't know what she and I are going to do today. We probably play ping pong. Oh, the trip as I got up. I hear you. Yeah, I caught the mouse. The mouse wire was hooked around my flip flop. So let's, if we can get Kira to open. Hey, Messy Modeler, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you joining us. So you have Atlas Easy Track or Bachmann Easy Track, John K, or do you have both? Because Bachmann Easy Track isn't terrible. I liked my Bachmann Easy Track, to be honest, and Sparky and HO scale swears by it. And he really does. Yeah, the Bachmann track ain't bad. I don't know that I would. I think I used to mix my Bachmann Easy Track with my Pico, but it was only in a few places where I needed it. But what I liked were the set curves. Yeah, Atlas Snap is awful. I mean, that's just my experience. I was really poor though at doing any of this stuff at the time, but I mean, it wasn't. So let's see, how can I change my screen? So stop screen, present, share screen, window. Yep, it doesn't give me an option. I guess I could do this. All right. Wait, no, it won't let me. Wait, maybe it will. Here, 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 here. Oh, I got to change something here now. All right. This is Cura. And so I will come here. And I'm going to change this to Mini Manassas Station Gray. And I need to change it to, I'm just going to do Mini Manassas. I'm going to do Mini Man in. And here. Now, muy importante, you look under it and you make sure that you got all blue everywhere. That means it's flat on the deck. This ain't resin printing. You want it flat. Speaking of, we're gonna check out my resin print in a minute. Yeah, I understand that. Cork is kind of a pain. All right, and so what I'll do now is the slides. And it's going to take me 2 hours and 15 minutes to print this portion. Which isn't bad. I bring the SD card from the Ender 3 over to this PC, plug it in and hope it reads it, because they can be finicky. I save it to the removable. I open my drives here, and I want to come down, and here it is here. All right, and so this is a new model. So we'll be making a new folder called Mini Man. We will open that folder, and we'll make a new folder for the N scale. We'll go back to the SD card here, and we slide this in the Mini Man folder so we can find it. Come here, and we slide this in the N scale folder so we can find it later. All right, and then we come here. We're back to here. And we will stop sharing, because we're going to come back here and load the filament. And what I got to do, we need to bring the card from the computer to the print. Pop it in, hope it reads it because they can be finished. Miniman got it in, but I need to get the filament in, although I can probably do it. We'll start it. I'm going to turn the bed up from 55 to 60 because it's cold outside. I don't know if it just sticks better sometimes. And I got it set where I can tune the Z-stop if I need to. All right, I will wait for it to actually get started before I push it all the way into the nozzle because I don't want it to. AJ got me this hat for Christmas. I've had it on ever since in the house. I don't wear this one to school. I've got another one that fits a little better. It doesn't look quite so crazy. And John K., you can't ballast the switch. Oh. No, yeah, you don't. No. Maybe a little bit. I don't think I do anything to them. I leave them alone. I don't even solder them. I let them float. Now I try to get on my switches. I try to get them. I try to make sure that my rail joiners are really snug, and I try to push it, pretty close and pretty tight. Try not to leave a whole lot of gaps, but I usually don't solder those. I usually don't even put adhesive on the switches. The track leading into the switches both have adhesive to them and will not move. And then, so what I do is I put the switch in there and secure the track coming into it, and that switch can float if it needs to. And so you can tighten them up just a little bit. You just pull them off and crimp them just a tiny bit. I mean, I think you can. But what I found is that now, I mean, and a lot of people do it a lot different, but on mine, I found that they kind of floated kind of where they want into the right position. And it was almost like when I would do it like that, I might have a derail the first couple times I go through there, but then I kept trying, 2 or 3 times, and it's like they almost adjust where they need to be. And it was suggested that I did that because I was having a lot of trouble with derailments, and I was having a lot of trouble with derailments because I had freaking Atlas switches, and they are awful, terrible. I hate them. And so I switched to Pico switches and Pico's Flex Track, and I switched to using uniform metal wheels and uniform trucks. I used the Bettendorf Microtrange trucks, but you can use the ones with the ball bearings as well. I just use the Bettendorf ones because they're a little more prototypical to the 50s. But I wonder if the ones with the ball bearings would actually roll smoother. Let's see if we can get a good print started. Over here on the other side, we have a HO scale SD60 getting a hammer in that case. I'm unliking nothing. We're finishing up, and I got to make sure I don't have a filament. We're finishing up the bases for an HO scale ski lodge right now, and I got to paint them all gray. And I use exactly, or very close to exactly, a kilo of filament, an entire roll, fresh roll, jump to gone. on the basis for an HO ski lodge. This is buildings 1 through 6. No, this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is everything but 2 right here. And 2 is in several pieces because of the size. Here we go. Let's see. Yes, uh-oh. So what I do is, as it's printing its first layers, I run my finger over it, and if it moves at all, I'm going to adjust my Z-stop down 1/10 of a millimeter and make sure that we're getting a good, you want about a third of the line to smash into the bed. And if you can get that accomplished, you'll be good. Should be good. I think John K needs a new power pack, 10 pieces of Pico Flex Track. What I'm saying costs money though, John. I'm sorry. And I can't buy what I want for my model railroad right now either. So I've got to get down there though. I got so many models that I make on my store that I don't have on the layout yet. I mean, I've got most of them printed prototypes and stuff, but I don't have them on the layout because I got to do those roads. That's one thing I'm going to need to do. I need to just take one of my printers if I'm not super busy with the other stuff, like especially when I'm going to be doing these models right here. Let's see. When I'm doing these right here, I'm going to be doing these for the same guy that I'm doing this train station for. And when I'm doing those, my printer won't be all tied up. And then I can start printing my roads. I got an idea for how I'm going to do my roads. I just need to do the turn. Yeah, but is the MRC 2500 is that a used one? Because I've gotten 2 used ones and they both worked, but they both didn't work great. And when I do operations with my used ones, they don't switch real well. It's like when you change it from forward to reverse, sometimes you got to play with the knob a little bit. And so I want to get something that I don't have to worry about that with for me. Now, I'm not talking about John, but I don't want John to have the same problems that I have with mine. And so I mentioned it. Yeah, well, excuse me just a minute. I'm going to go to the restroom. Apologize for telling y'all all that. But Hey, John SRV, if you're there, do we have the link for Ray's show tonight? Yeah, look for a nice looking box and clean unit. Normally, with those two things, it means it was taken care of. And you're exactly right, because some modelers really take care of their stuff well, and others do not. I started out this model railroad journey with a $22 Bachmann train set. I bought it off eBay for $22 used, and it ran. Like, I would imagine if that thing got to me and not worked, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all right now. But it ran, and not only did it run well. Thank you, John. I would appreciate that, because we definitely need to let everybody in here know. Like Clintonville, tonight, John's going to, or did Kyle put the stream up? Is that for Sidetrack Sunday tonight? Yeah, Brian, if you want to meet about 50 new model railroaders, that'll probably 20 or 30 of them will probably see your name, Clintonville Model Railroad. And they'll be, I've never heard of that guy before. Hey, Larry, how's it going, man? Good to see you. And they'll be subbing to your channel because they never, it says Model Railroad. They've never seen you before. And they'll at least go check it out. And then when they see that you just started uploading videos on this channel and you're just getting started out, you're going to get some subs from that. And so if you have time tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, you want to go to Raybo Bell's channel. And I mean, there'll be 50 people there probably, all with Model Railroad in their name, or might as well. And so yeah, it's Tuesday is a real good night. Hey, Jerry R708, good to see you, man. And I definitely would agree with you on that. We appreciate you. Now, we don't talk about religion much on here, but that's okay. You can say that there. We'll talk about Jesus loving us, but we can't talk about specific religions and who's right and wrong and all that stuff. So we don't talk about politics or religion on here, except for, like I said, as long as it's non-denominational and we're just talking about the fact that our Creator loves us, and I'm okay with that. So, but what am I going to do next? Oh, next. Let's see. Can I turn the camera? I guess I can, but I don't really need to. Well, yeah, because it might be messy. I'll bring it over here. I got this towel in my hand. That helps. I'm gonna bring that resin print over here to show y'all. I'm not saying it's gonna be great, but it's great in comparison to what I've been getting. We're trying to tweak some stuff. I use water washable resin, but I still use gloves and a respirator. And I guess my problem with Shooter McGavin, I like that movie. I love that movie. This one's been used, dummy. I guess that if I printed, one thing, two things a week, that resin printing might be good and fun. Man, I print too much stuff to have to do all this all the time, and if it doesn't work, man, you gotta clean the vat and all that. Man, yeah. Here, y'all all go get your resin printer. You see what I'm saying? Now, is this overkill? I don't know. All right. So I have
So here's a building 2 of a ski lodge that didn't print well. It didn't print terribly, but it's got some extra flash and stuff up here. I'm told that this is indicative of dirty resin or whatever. Not dirty resin, but resin that needs to be strained, possibly. So uh, I'm gonna try to rerun this again. Um, maybe change the settings a bit, move it to the other side. But this one can't go to the customer. Not like that. But it's stuck because what they have been doing is they haven't been sticking to this plate. And when they don't stick to the plate, they stick to the film. Then you got to drain all the resin, get that stuff off the stuck film, re-put your resin back in there, and re-level the bed and all that mess. Uh, John, do you
do you put anything on your build plate? Hey, Dwight, good to see you. Do you put anything on your plate to help it stick, to make it stick, or anything like that? Have you used a 1,000 grit sandpaper on it or anything like that? Next question would be, do you scrub and clean that plate after every print? Do you have to? You just wipe it with IPA. All right. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling with the resin print. I printed this without fault, without mess up, without issue. 1,000 grams of stuff. I can't print anything right on that resin printer, man. So I could buy a different plate for the resin thing. Now you got me interested, Dwight. Flex plate. John, you know anything about a flex plate? I mean, it does smell. I mean, I use the respirator. I mean, so I changed the FEP film, and I don't know how well I did, but I've been tweaking settings and stuff like that. And, I think what I might do is another good level, and I might level it. I might drop the plate down another 500, or not 500. Half of a tenth of a millimeter, whatever that is, and see if I can do that. Yeah, I know, John. Your printer's printing well, and mine was. So I've messed it up. I mean, it was. I say it was printing well. That's not necessarily true. It was printing okay. I've never had it printing well, but it was printing better than it is now. That's cool. Yeah, I went over there this morning and I watched both his videos, and I subbed to him too. And like I said, his model railroad reminds me exactly of mine, but a little bit better and bigger when I got started, because I just had a loop. I didn't have any of the other stuff at all. I had an oval. I bought, what can you buy? I remember you could buy the Bachman pieces of track, and so it was a circle, and I think you could buy 4 pieces of Bachman track. I think I bought 4, so I extended it by 6 by a foot on each side to make it an oval, and that was all I had. And I had the Bachman power pack, which I had the Bachman power pack that I used for a good while actually. But oh yeah, 131. I did. I used the Bachman Power Pack for a good while, and it actually started. What it started doing was the opposite of what John K's is doing. Instead of going out, mine started going full throttle after about 15 minutes or whatever, and the train would just, and I had to get rid of that because I was scared, that was gonna tear up the engines. So Steve Arnold was nice enough to send me a used version of his Rail Power 1500, 1700, something like that. And then a Rail Power 1250 or something. And then I ended up buying another one used, and it works perfectly well. It just, the switching from forward to reverse can be a little bit hairy. And that's not fun to do if you're streaming, if you're live or something like that. And so, okay. Well, so John, are all of those packs going out in 15 minutes or whatever? So that would indicate it's not the packs, if that's what's happening. So you put other packs on and it's still going out in 15 minutes? Oh, okay. I got you. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I hesitate to do that live because I don't want to take that resin bat off live. So if I drop that live, I would say a lot of bad words. That would be a mess. Because, I mean, I already struggle with the mess of it and the cleanup and the smell and stickiness. And I mean, the thing is, I have a genuine need, though. I've got T-scale models that I've got to print, and they don't print well in T-scale and filament. And so I got a Diner John to print, but it wasn't, I'm not perfectly happy with it, but I did get the Diner to print. And so now I've got a T-scale balcony house to do, and that's 4 different prints. And I got one of them. I got building 1. Let's start this water. I got building 1 done. But been quite a while. All right. So I'm gonna wash it, and building 1 looks okay. I'm gonna be able to salvage it. It didn't print perfect, but it did print. And so I'm gonna re-level it, and I'm gonna reprint building 2, and we'll go from there like that. But I'm gonna appreciate y'all for joining me today. I am gonna let y'all go. I don't really have any more work to do, and I do need to level that resin bed, and don't want to do that live. So I I would like to let y'all know that I do have channel memberships available, and if you're interested and would like to join, some of y'all come in here a whole lot, and if you would want to do that, you can. It's not expected by any stretch of the imagination, and please don't feel like you need to. I just want to let y'all know I do have those now. I've got the thank you, John. I've got I didn't do a bunch of different levels or anything like that. I just did one, little simple thing. And you're welcome to join that if you like, and it's not expected of you by any stretch of the imagination. I just appreciate y'all coming in and sitting in here and chatting with us and all that stuff, and I just hope you'll continue to do that is all I really need. But y'all have a good weekend, what's left of it. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate you, and I'll be coming back in. That's right. And I'll be coming back in with updates, probably not today, but I'll probably come back once the model's all printed. And we'll be going back live. It could be Monday afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, I might have a lot of it printed or most of it printed, and I could be coming on to show y'all the results or doing some painting on that or something like that. But for sure on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, by no later than that usually. I'll be streaming for an hour or two, just depending upon how we feel after work and everything. But what we're going to be doing in the next streams, I appreciate you, Dwight. And thank you for joining us, Jerry, and being in here. I do appreciate that. And so my streams that'll be coming up in the next week or two will be all based around doing this mini Manassas train station. I do have videos of how I actually designed it up to this point. And then y'all saw me break it down today. We're printing it now. I'll come bring you back in, show you the print. We'll paint it, and probably we'll paint it, and then we'll weather it, and then we'll assemble it, because we are going to need to weather it. And I do have an email out to the customer right now to ask him exactly how he wants to get it weathered. So you guys have a great weekend. What's left of it. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me. And y'all have a good one. And I will probably see y'all tomorrow afternoon, but definitely Wednesday afternoon. I understand. Definitely Wednesday afternoon. Most of the time, here's what I do. I was being a little dramatic. Most of the time, I just do this. But I do that. I don't hook this up in the back. And I just, and then, so, and then, they sent regular little masks, but see you Monday to paint this, or Wednesday to paint it and assemble it, or whatever. But I will either see y'all tomorrow or Wednesday, and I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. That's the important thing, that y'all understand that. Have a good one. Dwight, you're tougher than me, man. Have a good one, guys.